This is macOS Ken.
A lame change for Apple Card holders. Setapp wants to be the EU's other app store, and the next Apple Watch Activity Challenge is set. It is Wednesday, the 16th of August, 2023. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 20% off any SimpliSafe system when you sign up for a free month trial of Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/macOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Just in time for new iPhones, less convenience, and less choice. Earlier this year, we heard word that Apple was changing the Apple Card monthly financing offer for iPhone. Until yesterday, a piece from Mac Rumors says Apple Card installments could be used to purchase an iPhone online with the option to connect to a carrier at a later date, which allowed customers to buy an iPhone and then link it to any carrier of their choosing. That meant the ability to spread payments over a 24-month period with 0% APR and 3% daily cash back on payments, plus being able to save on service by using a budget-friendly carrier. Those days are gone. Now the piece says phones purchased using the Apple Card monthly financing have to have a contract with AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon. The report explains all iPhones purchased through the Apple Card monthly installment plan are unlocked, so carrier switching is available at any point. But at purchase, customers will need to have a plan with a supported carrier. Buying a SIM-free iPhone and linking it to a carrier like Mint Mobile will no longer be possible using installments. Weak. We don't know exactly when third-party app stores will open for iPhone in the EU, but we know one firm that plans to be at the forefront. A piece from 9to5Mac says Setapp, a company known for its popular app subscription service, has officially announced its Setapp mobile app store and is taking applications from developers who'd like to join in. Wishful thinking? Well, not exactly. The report points out that Digital Markets Act legislation could force Apple to open up iPhone to third-party app stores in the EU next year. Of course, the report also points out that Apple will likely do everything it can to delay third-party app stores for iPhone, or keep them from happening at all. Still, Setapp is pushing ahead. According to the firm, 30-plus current vendors will be able to provide a full app experience to EU users, expanding the range of apps available and offering enhanced functionality on iOS devices, including such popular tools as Ulysses, TaskHeat, NotePlan, PDF Search, and Solver. They put out a call for developers who'd like to play along. While their base split is the same as Apple's, 30% to Setapp, 70% to developers, incentives to attract new customers can shift that further in the developer's favor, with a possible split of 10% for Setapp and 90% for developers. Now the world just needs to see whether it happens, and whether iPhone users will be comfortable giving their payment info to a company besides Apple, and whether they'll like sideloading apps. It's worth mentioning, Setapp was a sponsor of macOS Ken sometime over the past decade, I think. Can't remember how long ago, but feels right to let you know. The parade of software betas rolls on. A few pieces from Mac Rumors say Apple has made the 6th betas of iOS and iPadOS 17 available to developers, along with the 6th beta of watchOS 10 and tvOS 17. Not long after, 9to5Mac ran a piece saying the same updates were also being made available to Apple's public testing program. If you want to get in on that action, beta.apple.com is the place to be. As of now, there has been no mention of an updated beta for macOS Sonoma. Betas weren't the only OS updates to make it out of Cupertino on Tuesday. iDownload blog has word of the release of watchOS 9.6.1. Very specific in its mission. The release notes say the update includes a fix for an issue that prevents access to motion data for apps that use the Movement Disorder API to track tremors and symptoms associated with Parkinson's disease. No other fixes nor security issues addressed with this one. Compatible with Apple Watch Series 4 or later, watchOS 9.6.1 is available now through the Watch app on an associated iPhone. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. When you hear SimpliSafe, you probably think protection against intruders. But SimpliSafe has a wealth of solutions to protect you and the ones you love. You pick the pieces to protect your home, whether you need smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, and of course, protection against those bad guys. New to the SimpliSafe line, the Smart Alarm Wireless Indoor Camera. It's built to tell the difference between pets versus people breaking in, cutting down on false alarms. Of course, that's what's happening on your end. On the SimpliSafe side, professional monitoring agents can see the bad guys, speak to them through the unit, and let them know that the police are on the way. Oh, and they can call the police too. Now that is a lot of safety for a system that is simple to install. I had my Sensors keypad and base station up and running in well under an hour. Make your home safer with SimpliSafe. Right now, macOS 10 listeners get a special 20% off any SimpliSafe system when you sign up for a free month trial of Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/macOS10. This special offer is for a limited time only. Visit simplysafe.com/macOS10. SIMPLI. That's simplysafe.com/macOS10. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Got an email from my friend Charles on Monday, which I totally forgot about on Tuesday. He's been keeping an eye on the YouTube channel of Duncan Sinfield. Sinfield makes videos using the DJI Inspire 2 drone, and he has been keeping an eye on Apple Park. According to the caption of his latest video, Apple is quietly building an all-new private production studio near the Steve Jobs Theater at Apple Park. Now, I counted at least 2 bulldozers and a bunch of trucks in the video, so it's probably not that quiet. Kidding. Sinfield says there's other work planned, but the production studio looks to be the biggest, sexiest project underway. You can spy the site for yourself on YouTube. Speaking of parks, the next Apple Watch Activity Challenge is set. 9 to 5 Mac says a week from Saturday, the 26th of August, Apple will celebrate the founding of the National Park Service, which happened back in 1916, on the 25th of August. Yeah, but that's a Friday, and you probably have work. So, the 26th it is. When the notice comes through, 9 to 5 Mac says it will say, let's get out and celebrate national parks everywhere. On the 26th of August, earn this award by recording a workout of 20 minutes or more with any app that adds workouts to health. You don't have to go to a park. Heck, you don't even have to go outside. Virtual medallions and fake stickers for various applications. 20 minutes. You can do this. Look for the reminder on your Apple Watch sometime next week. An app for iPhone has won an Emmy Award. While awards for actors, writers, and that side of TV have been postponed due to the writer's strike and actor's strike, Apple Insider says honorees have been named in the 75th Annual Emmy Awards for engineering, science, and technology. I say honorees as opposed to winners because this one's not a competition exactly. Other than lifetime achievement or similar awards, the report says there are no specific categories for winners of the Emmy Awards for engineering, science, and tech. Still, honorees are named, and one is named David Eubank. Eubank is a cameraman. He is also the developer behind pCAM Pro. According to the Emmy committee, pCAM Pro is a mobile software application developed for Apple's iOS devices that offers a comprehensive suite of 26 cinematography tools designed for television and film professionals. These tools include calculations to guide decisions on designing camera shots, set design and construction, selecting lenses and camera sensor formats, achieving proper exposure and color balance, creating flicker-free lighting and lighting designs, and functional eye-light and lighting effects, among others. All of that for just $30. And it fits in your pocket. Congrats to Mr. Eubank. Many happy returns. And finally today, if watching movies is more your speed than making them, there's one on YouTube that may interest you. Another piece from Apple Insider says the documentary Love Notes to Newton has hit the video site. An early stab at digital assistants from Apple. The piece says the Newton hit 30 years ago this month. People who did love it absolutely loved it. In 2018, Apple Insider says several of them produced a first-class feature-length documentary called Love Notes to Newton. It's simultaneously a celebration of the impact of this handheld device and a recounting of what went so right and what went so wrong. Crowdfunded and originally for sale through Vimeo, Apple Insider says producers have chosen to celebrate the Newton's 30th anniversary by making the documentary free to see. You can see it now on YouTube. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 20% off any SimpliSafe system when you sign up for a free month trial of Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafecom/macOScan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.